So he said your girlfriend's death was going to be quick and painless, but now that you've really pissed me off, I'm going to finish it nice and slow. And he did.
It was horrible.
But at least he did it with a smile.
I still see it when I close my eyes.
Then keep them open. Welcome to Big Damn Cast. I am the 1977 Olympic Polynesian front crawling swimmers team.
And I'm his wife!
And you're here to listen to this.
Jingly ice cubes in a sea of liquid.
Beverages.
Beverages!
But also words. We're here to talk about some of the nerdy news, geeky gossip, and all the shit that's fit to make you realise that we're all going to die one day, so let's waste time talking about it. We've got pictures from Deadpool. We've got another character reveal this week. Ryan Reynolds is dishing out the delicious visuals. We've also got some news on Netflix's latest acquisition, which is an odd choice, considering they're apparently like $6 billion in debt.
It's me!
Oh God! We're also looking into some revelations from Camp Marvel, from one of their ex-best writers. Not that he's an ex-good writer.
Is Camp Marvel,
he's not a writer.
Is that what they call themselves on Pride Weekend?
Yeah, no, all year round. Gosh. Speaking of Camp Marvel, we're also going to chat about a certain music video that dropped this week. I think we'll talk about that in a minute, just 'cause fresh in the brain. And also, Christ, what else? Some other things. Oh yeah, the Transformers are coming back to cinemas in a way we thought we'd want.
I don't know what I want anymore.
Plus your emails. Well, do you know what you do want?
What do I want?
You definitely want to talk about what you just watched. Tell the good people what you just laid your eyes on this week.
Zadu Hasselfrau?
So the Guardians Inferno official music video is released online to, I guess, gear up publicity for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
It certainly got me geared up, if you know what I mean.
Alright, inappropriate question.
Yeah.
Which cast member in garish 70s attire gave you the biggest boner? I want the winner and the runner-up. Go.
Chris Pratt in the Silver Robe outfit.
He gave you the biggest stonking throbber.
Well, also, you know, now that he's sadly separated from Anna Faris, I can make my move.
Yeah, oh god, when the internet do all that stuff, they're like, oh god, like, they're apart, love is dead, like, it can't happen for anyone. I'm just like, why are you putting them up on some golden pedestal?
They were a pretty good couple.
They were a pretty good couple. And apparently it's amicable, so hopefully they'll still be pretty cool parents to their diddums.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but still, like, just think of it this way. They're on the market. Everybody can be inappropriately lecherous about them now. That's permission. I give you permission.
Were people not?
You can be filthy.
Were people not?
You can say dirty things.
On a serious note, though, if Karen Gillan looks back over her shoulder at you and winks, things are going to happen.
Oh, okay. So that's the runner-up.
That's
the runner-up.
Things are going to happen that, unless you're older, you might not understand. But it's perfectly natural. And you shouldn't be afraid of those feelings. Everyone feels them.
Well, there's my runner-up. My top of the list is some kind of weird toss-up between Zoe Saldana with 70s hair, Pom Clemente, reminding us just by visually existing of how absolutely gorgeous she is, even when she's not playing a weird space, like, bug lady with empathetic powers. And Michael Rooker in that weird mop wig and odd beard in the middle of his chin. That soul patch that's bigger than a human chin. That's kind of hot. Especially when he's a lion for about 2 seconds.
Dave Bautista in feathery sleeves with an oiled up chest.
And giant wings.
Playing a French horn. Might be one of the sexiest things I've ever seen in my entire life. And I didn't know that was a fetish that I had.
I didn't know this option was on the table.
I didn't know that existed.
But now that I've seen the table,
I didn't know that was a thing that you could have. And now that I know it is, it's all I want.
It's all anyone's ever wanted. They just didn't know it. That's the beauty.
I need to watch it again.
What a really... After everything you just described, I'm suspicious as to your motives why. But yeah.
I'm just going to sit in the corner and play it myself.
Oh, Karen, don't wink. So, yeah. Fucking hilarious. And a great way to, like, remind everybody that the digital version is out as of August 8th in the States, and the Blu-ray will be coming to stores, including a new 4K Ultra release.
Which no one can watch.
Which no one can watch unless you're super rich. It's coming out on the 22nd of August. I'll be buying the living shit out of the 3D Blu-ray. I've been getting them all in 3D since Thor: The Dark World. And I'm loving that for two reasons. One, a lot of them look pretty great in 3D.
I don't have a 3D television.
Well, come on over, Sonny Jim. I've got 2 pairs of specs.
Ugh.
And also, for ages, the spines of the 3D Blu-rays actually matched.
Not anymore, though.
No, Civil War, for some reason, put the Disney logo, like, further down for some weird reason, and then Doctor Strange had a completely different coloured spine. It's like, great!
Oh, you think that's tough. You should have been on the internet when 2 Entertain changed the spine design for the classic Doctor Who DVD. Oh my god.
They've got reversible covers.
You would have thought someone had fucking murdered all their living remaining Doctors. You'd have thought that someone had strung up the entrails of the companions on the steps of St. Paul's Cathedral. No, all they did was they put a logo on there. All they did was put the 2 Entertain logo in the very bottom of it.
Now, to be
everyone
fair...
was like, oh, my spines don't match.
To be fair to 2 Entertain, they did immediately start putting a reversible image on the back of the cover for people who were that pedantic and complaining about it. But then, after a while, they started putting the certification on some of them, on both the reverse and the thingy. So then people were like, well, at least they don't have to have the 2 Entertain logo. Oh shit, now some of them have got a giant PG in the middle of the spine. What the hell is this? Grow up, guys. People used to have to imagine what the episodes look like by reading Target novelizations. It's cool. Let's touch
then they changed the spines of those, so they don't match up, and the numbers mean that they're out of order.
Let's touch on Doctor Who again. Not like that. But, yeah. Jodie Whittaker's done some interviews this week.
Oh,
talking about
can't wait for
drama, Trust Me,
now.
and she's obviously been faced with the inevitable, well, we've got you, can we ask about Doctor Who questions? And she's answered them with nothing but enthusiasm, excitement, and all the adorable, heavy-set Yorkshireness of a Yorkshire woman with the giddy streak.
I hope she keeps that voice.
Me too.
Because whenever I think of Jodie Whittaker,
too.
I think of her in Black Mirror where she's posh.
Yeah, oh god, yeah.
So, like,
even in Attack the Block, she's not. She's sort of.
She's Londoner.
So. She's like what's it called? Oh god, Estuary.
She's posh London. So yeah, I hope she keeps her own voice.
She's adorable. She's like a Dark Crystal character, but not a creepy one.
But it means it gives her a sort of.
She's got a very elfish face.
It gives her a sort of excitement.
Mm.
If you see that in her characterization, it goes back to the sort of the glee of the character, so I can see where they're coming from with it a bit more now. If they go in that direction,
yeah,
they don't have to.
No,
but I can see how that could be good as a characterization.
Yeah,
although it's good casting, so whatever they do, they're probably going to do it pretty well. We'll see. But yeah, that's got me excited. That
I just hope that it is everything she wants it to be, because she seems so excited to start and like very audibly giddy and stuff. So,
and in years to come, I'll be interested to see if Peter Capaldi later on turns around and says it wasn't what I wanted it to be.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Well, he's already graduating through his Doctor Who-ness. In a convention last week, he apparently was asked, like, would you do Big Finish? And he said, oh god, the moment I'm allowed to, yeah, absolutely. Which a lot of people were saying, does that mean there's like a window or something in the contract where it's like you can't do any Doctor Who related thing for a year or whatever?
Maybe.
Or is that just him saying like, hello, yes, Nicholas Briggs, call me up, because I would like to earn money by getting a taxi to a studio not that far away to record a bunch of audios. Please give me a ring.
I can do 4 stories in a day.
I could knock them out. Speaking of knocking one out, have you seen that Guardians Inferno video? The way Sean Gunn shakes his hips.
Batista's chest.
It's oiled, Stephen.
It's
I'm not Stephen, I'm Nicholas.
It's like
yes, well.
It's like a target.
Speaking of targets, Ryan Reynolds is meeting his quota for just chucking things out like Father Christmas on a spree of Christmas cheer.
I thought he went down the chimney. I didn't think it was... Is it like Paperboy?
Maybe.
Like the game Paperboy, where you just ride down the street and just chuck things.
Oh, I thought you
try
meant
not
the,
to get hit by the
Disney
dog crossing the
short
road.
Paper Man.
No.
The guys.
I'm talking about the classic arcade game Paperboy.
Not Pepsi Man.
Not Pepsi Man.
Definitely not Pepsi Man.
No, Vector Man maybe.
Well, this'll
The Mega Drive.
vect your
It's a terrible game.
man. Because Ryan Reynolds slapped Cable around our faces this week. After last week going, hey, here's Domino. And us all going, oh my god, with, was it Zazie Beetz?
Zazie Beetz, oh, fucking great.
Zazie Beetz!
Such a good name!
Josh Brolin got to show off why he's been pumping them guns, sons.
Josh Brolin is a good name, but it's not as good as Zazie Beetz.
It's not as good as Zazie Beetz, but Josh Brolin looks like a pretty fucking good Cable.
Oh my, does he?
Like, good lord. He just... Oh, in terms of translating that character, because that character to me, I've never like been a big Cable guy.
I've been the Cable guy.
You have been the Cable guy. You've been cult Ben Stiller movie, The Cable Guy, starring Jim Carrey.
Yeah. I've been Larry the Cable guy.
Oh no, no. But not even Larry the Cable Guy wants to be Larry the Cable Guy. Don't be. Why be Larry the Cable Guy when you can be Cedric the Entertainer?
Why be Cedric the Entertainer when you can be Carrot Top?
Oh. I don't know if I like what I'm learning about you.
Why be Carrot Top when you can be Jeff Dunham?
No. Right. Moving away from horrible things and back to semi-horrible things. Rob Liefeld tended to draw Cable a lot in the 90s, and he was part of that 90s, like,
I hear Rob
extreme boom.
He's not necessarily happy about this design.
Which is weird, because he was over the top, over the moon with Domino's design the week prior. But I think I know why that is. Domino is a sexy lady, and Cable wasn't shaped like a freaking deflating at the bottom barrage balloon. Instead, he looked like a human man.
He's shaped like a very in-shape Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
As opposed to an upside-down bull.
Also, pouches.
Oh, so many pouches.
So Rob Liefeld shouldn't have anything to complain about, because my god, he's getting them pouches.
The pouches are in there. He's got a massive gun, but he's got a teddy bear.
Is that why he doesn't like it? I wouldn't be surprised if that was the reason. He's like, why would Cable have a teddy bear? It's like, fuck off. He's a mutant cyborg man.
Let me see.
Let him have a teddy bear.
Let me see exactly what Rob Liefeld had to say.
But what's I'll bridge said gap with this bit of information. Even though I'm not big on Cable and Deadpool shared a book for years. Like, that was how the two characters were still in the public eye within Marvel's publications, and it was down to that series and it being a very successful series. So even though I'm not particularly huge on Cable's like story and everything, and Cyclops and Jean Grey's son in an alternate timeline, what?
No.
Oh?
No, he's the son
Oh god.
of Cyclops and Madeline Pryor, who
Oh?
was a clone of Jean Grey, created by Mr. Sinister.
Oh god.
Who they sent...
Oh Christ.
They sent Nathan Summers off into the
Jesus.
future to be, like,
Oh
saved.
shit, biscuits.
And then,
while
while on their honeymoon,
dick nipples.
Cyclops and Jean Grey
No.
were taken... Their consciousnesses were taken into the future.
No.
And they, in different bodies, raised...
No. No.
They raised...
No. No, I don't want this.
Cable in the future.
No, don't.
Oh no, I misread that. Rob Liefeld's pretty keen.
Yeah, there wasn't any feet in the photograph, so
He's pretty keen.
Without the feet, then everything's cool, baby. Everything's cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's trying.
He says, Liefeld says, "This is great. No one is having a better day than me. Let me assure you."
What the hell?
I've seen what fans give their thumbs up and their thumbs down, their condemnation and their praise. Josh as Cable, it's been 100% euphoria, praise, excitement. And when people asked, "Do you not think he doesn't have enough guns?" Rob said, "How many guns can you have in one photo? Come on, man!" While secretly crying into his milk, saying, "I can draw more guns."
I want more guns.
I can draw more guns.
I want all the guns, sons.
All the guns, son.
Well, at least he's not complaining yet, but when someone asks him to do a fan art drawing and he can't draw the feet, that's when things will get complicated.
Yeah, I must have seen a misleading headline that misled me to think he didn't like it. That's what I get from not doing my research properly.
Well, we like it, motherfucker.
I like it.
Diddle-a-dit-dee. You like it. Diddle-a-dit-dee.
Bad cable.
Oh, God. Well, speaking of cable... Well, it's not really cable.
I see where you're going.
It's streaming.
It's
not,
strange.
It's not the same.
It's a strange segue.
Tis a bit.
Maybe like sort of, I can see the plastic marks on it. You know when plastic starts to strain, it turns white?
Yeah.
Like stretch marks.
Yeah.
But on plastic, like on a joint.
Yeah.
That's what that segue was like. Happens on ball and socket joints quite a lot.
We're in a room full of toys. So...
I thought we were in a room full of balls.
I thought we were in a room full of boys!
So many balls, only one socket.
Oh,
It's my
God.
mouth.
Speaking of balls, Netflix has acquired a comic book publishing company. That's right. Back in the 60s, Warner Brothers acquired DC Comics.
Was it that long
It
ago?
was ages back, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, they were in it for the long haul. Back in the 90s, Toy Biz acquired Marvel, sort of.
Got them for a song.
And then, in 2009, Disney bought Marvel Comics. There hasn't been a similar acquisition since then of an entire comics company being bought by a bigger network.
Hasn't it?
Until now.
Until now.
Millarworld, the company started, run, and mostly supplying materials of Mark Millar.
I wonder where it gets its name from.
Probably.
Do we think that Mark Millar might be something of an egotist?
Yes. What's Obamacare, innit? We want to replace and repeal Obamacare. Why? You don't agree with the Affordable Care Act? No, we just don't like the name. It means that the previous guy from the other side did something people like.
Do you remember Mark Millar called his magazine Clint? And did the I lowercase?
Yeah!
Just so he could be an edgelord and look, oh, I've put cunt on all of the shelves in this comic shop. Ah ha ha ha. Aren't I a funny, edgy guy? Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. I've got so much money, but I'm still cold inside.
Well, now he's got more money because he sold Millarworld to Netflix, ladies and
I'm being
gentlemen.
unreasonable to Mark Millar. I'm sure I've hurt his feelings.
I don't think you can hurt him. I don't think he can be killed.
I don't think Mark Millar can be killed.
I think you have to hit him with a holy water doused silver bullet under a blue moon, while sat next to a mystic eunuch who's singing a tune, who's singing Blue Moon at the same time.
I saw you standing alone. Sorry, continue with the story.
No, I want to carry on with this.
I'm enraptured
Ooh,
by Mark Millar's money-making schemes.
Matt, name some of Millarworld's publications that you're aware of that could now be turned into Netflix series or movies.
Kick-Ass, no wait.
No, that's probably tied
Kingsman,
up with...
no wait.
Oh, that's tied up elsewhere.
Wanted.
Yeah,
Maybe.
now, I wouldn't say no to a Wanted series.
There's been rumblings about Wanted being
Redone.
and taking a second shot at Wanted.
Which would defeat the point of their skill set.
Superior?
Yeah, oh! Is Superior the one about the guy with learning difficulties who becomes a superhero?
Yeah, like a Captain Marvel situation.
That would be
Shazam situation.
That would be amazing. That would be fucking brilliant if Netflix were like, we're doing Superior. Because that would be something we've not seen. Now, Nemesis, I'm gonna say it. I enjoyed Nemesis for what it was. But we had a chat about this before we recorded.
Nemesis.
You worded it perfectly. You said it's just very mean.
It's
like,
and I think the comics version of Kick-Ass is also that. It's got a real mean streak. And it doesn't feel like it's trying to say anything, just it feels like it's being nasty for nastiness' sake. I feel the same about some of David Ayer's work as well. As a filmmaker.
Yeah, oh god, I'll be honest.
Particularly
I feel
Sabotage.
the same about everything of his I've seen.
Like, you see Sabotage was the movie he made with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sam Worthington.
Yeah.
It's just a very nasty little film.
Which is, I mean, that's fine, but I know what you mean. It's just like sometimes sometimes you want your escapism.
It just feels egregious
to be escapism
Yeah.
and not. Oh, well, this is just reminding me how horrible things actually kind of are.
There is a scene. Oh god! There is a moment in Nemesis where
The basic premise of Nemesis is, for those who don't know, is essentially it's the story of a cop who's been named as the next victim of a supervillain who's basically what if Batman was a murderer who just killed police and made a spectacle of it, like instead of being, a working in the shadows hero. So that's the basic premise.
What if the Joker was Batman, basically?
Yeah, that's. I'm sure they use that as a tagline at some point as well.
So
to sort of sell the
idea.
idea.
There is a moment in Nemesis, which is the moment where I'm like, I think I'm done with Mark Miller. Where
he's rubbing his temples right now, by the way. That's not because he's thinking of an old-chested Batista in Wings.
Some characters, son and daughter get kidnapped.
Mm.
Nemesis forces the son to impregnate the daughter, and then rigs her womb so it will collapse if a termination is attempted.
Mm-hmm.
That's an I'm paraphrasing, but that's a line of dialogue that someone speaks in that story.
Yeah. Now, when I said I enjoyed the series for what it was, I don't mean, oh yeah, tell me more about Vulcan getting people to impregnate.
It feels like it's trying so hard.
Well, I looked at it as basically the horror film version of Batman. Like it's an Elseworlds. What if this person was a real piece of work? Because you don't spend any of they don't. Here's one thing that I'll give him credit for. He never makes any of the horrible characters in his books. There's never any attempt in the writing or the drawing or anything for you to be like, oh, do you know what? I love that villain. Like, I love to hate him. Like, there's no Jokers in this. There's no Green Goblins in this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The villains, you are meant to hate them. And Nemesis, like, if they did that as a film for Netflix, just like a one-off hour and a half, I would totally be fine with that. I mean, maybe tone it down a bit like has been done with Kick-Ass and Kingsman in their translation to the screen. Like, tone it back, like, hold it back a little. But as a what-if Elseworlds thing, it could be a nice little remedy to anyone who's having superhero fatigue. If they got this is what happens when the superhero is a fucking nasty piece of shit who isn't attempting to be it. Like, has all the trappings of the hero, has the gadgets, has the lair, has the costume, but is ultimately the devil incarnate. Like, it could be a nice cure for people who are getting the superhero fatigue.
Yeah.
But, I see, I know what you mean.
And, to be fair,
you have to go in, I guess, knowing what you're in for.
I kind of checked out on Miller in the wake of Nemesis and Kick-Ass 2, which I didn't even make it all the way through. Like,
that's my least favourite of the three.
Yeah.
Of the three books.
And it's just, but then I hear that
that's not counting Hit Girl. I know some people will be pedantic about that.
I hear that Superior is brilliant. I've heard really nice things about Jupiter's Legacy.
Oh yeah, that was one as well, wasn't it?
So, and Hook. So it may well be that, he's kind of... He's got that...
Not to be confused.
He's got that sort of edgelord thing out of his system, maybe.
He's just edging it.
He's just edging it.
So, if only.
And, Kingsman, I've only seen the movie, but it's a fairly fun idea. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Mark Miller's ideas. The only thing is, I said, the problem with this is execution, shall we say.
Are there any Mark Miller stories that stand out in your head now, like, as ones that you still think, oh, do you know what, I actually quite like that one? Because for me, I really like the Marvel Knights Spider-Man run, that 12-issue run. Although that does have a bit of the sadistic stuff in it, with, like, the Aunt May revelation and everything.
Yeah, like, you go back and read Ultimates.
Yeah.
And, like, that's got a bit of...
I mean, the first story arc, not too bad, but the second story arc where it gets into, like, the Nazis and the Chitauri and everything, that starts to get...
For me, in the first story arc, it's in the sexual undertones of Hulk, and in making gross sexual threats to Betty.
Okay, that, yeah.
And
then again, though, it does result in the weird jealousy thing and the entire... The most dated action set piece and comedy moment
Hulk smash Freddie Prinze Jr.
Hulk smash Freddie Prinze Jr.
There is...
and the stuff with Janet and Hank, but that gets worse in volume... In the second story
and
arc,
that's not good. And
the argument there is, well, it was done in the originals as well. But it's like, yeah, but not to the level of abuse you show.
Janet distracting Hulk by flashing him. Even though it's lampshaded, it's just a bit like...
Yeah, I mean, I won't deny that does make me laugh, that bit.
Like,
and I think it's just because they showed the Hulk as he's just an emotion machine in that moment.
Yeah, it's just like...
So he's a giant, horny child.
Going back and reading it now, it's just a bit like... It's just a bit...
Yeah. But then again, I think at the time it was
a very important book. Like, absolutely.
It felt different. The mainstream universe was never going to do stuff like that, so it sort of was like, oh, cool.
But I don't think the attitude has aged well. But he's clearly a man who hates superheroes, so... that's why his superhero comics don't necessarily stand out to me.
I was going to say, the one that I do like is Marvel 1985. That one sort of... That sort of feels more like a... It's like if, Stranger Things / E.T. It's not, but it's like if sort of Stranger Things E.T. like Spielbergian thing met the Marvel concept. The basic idea of that is a kid who loves these comics and reads these comics and everything starts to see some of the stuff. So like he sees, I can't remember who the first one is. I think the first one might be the lizard, but he sees the lizard somewhere and he's like, right, this can't be right. And the idea is that in the story it's out of continuity, but it's set in 85, and the idea is that somehow they've started to bleed into our world, and it's that whole small town story of the kid in the small town is the first one to notice these things, and so it's the monsters run amok on a small town story, but using the Marvel supervillains, and it works quite well. Like Doom's involved, and there's a haunted house, like an alleged haunted house outside a town, where he like spots Mole Man like stocking up on things, and he's like, "The hell's going on?" That's pretty cool. I enjoy that one a lot. I'm trying to think of any of the Mark Millar stuff that really rings true to me as like being something I dig, but off the top of my head, I can't think of any others now. I mean, the shelf is right next to me. I can't see another one that's popping at me.
I'm trying to grab out like Mark Millar stories that I really love, and nothing is coming to mind. So,
men's. But good luck on Millarworld and Netflix. Let's hope we get some good stuff and it's not all David Ayer-esque.
I mean, I don't think it's going to clash too much with their Marvel output either, because, like I say, his Millarworld output particularly isn't necessarily superhero focused.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. We shall see. We'll all see.
So... Matt Miller wrote Fantastic Four for a while.
Yes, he
did.
Before
Jonathan Hickman jumped on.
Jonathan Hickman.
And wrote one of my favourite runs on anything ever.
This is his Fantastic Four run that
Fantastic
went
Four
into
became
FF.
And then it continued some of the themes onto it. I mean, if you want to, you could draw a line of one big run from Secret Warriors, to Fantastic Four, through Fantastic Four and FF, through to Avengers, all the way through to Secret Wars.
Yeah. That's his legacy for Marvel. Jonathan Hickman, damn fine writer. Great work. Very complex stories, very complex storytelling. The sort of guy who you can read the main story and get it, but be like, I'm not sure about that. Read everything around it, and you'll go, oh my god.
He's a graphic
this is
designer.
so good.
And I think there's something to be said for the idea of his stories as sort of big design work.
I mean,
very intricately...
Infinity, for example.
Yeah.
Every issue starts with like a graph, a chart of circles and Venn diagrams.
Well,
that's the
this
Avengers. Is where everybody's involved. But he brought that
Avengers
in,
machine. Like in his Avengers run, the start of each issue is the Avengers machine.
Yeah, and he brought that in.
Yeah. Which is the core team, and then the
offshoots,
the arms of the sort of Avengers spider that come off that.
Yeah,
it's fucking Jonathan.
God, I didn't know he started as a graphic designer. That makes so much sense. Yeah. Thinking about that now, I'm like, oh my god, of course,
all that stuff.
His version of a previously page is no. Here's who's involved.
Yeah.
Here's how close they are to everything. Go.
All that stuff is his.
Yeah.
He designed it.
Did he come up with
I think he came up with the machine code.
What they're now called the Children of Thanos, but they're the Black Order.
The Black Order, yeah.
Who like people might know San Diego Comic Con.
Call the Slave, Proxima Midnight, Supergiant, the Maw. Ebony Maw.
What was Dwarf called again? Sorry,
Supergiant.
No, what was he called? Wasn't he called Black
Oh no,
What was he originally
no.
called?
Supergiant is the really slender one, and the
Right.
massive one is called Black Dwarf.
Black Dwarf, but he's been renamed for something else for the...
Cull Obsidian,
Cull
which
Obsidian.
is a different thing in the comics.
I was going to say, I recognise the name. Oh, okay. But he created some great stuff, and he was the last sort of consistent writer on the Fantastic Four teams in terms of doing a long run more than like a year's
Matt
worth
Fraction
of
did a
issues.
short run, and then James Robinson did a short run and drove it into the fucking dirt because James Robinson tends to sully anything he touches now, which is a real shame.
In 2014, they began to wrap up. Before that, Johnny had died, hadn't he, allegedly?
Johnny died, or was presumed to have died about halfway through Jonathan Hickman's run.
Yeah.
And then they did FF.
And that's the FF came out of it,
Johnny
which is
back.
the Future Foundation, not the Fantastic Four. And then Johnny came back, and then I remember there's one more run in Marvel now where it was all like red titles, and everyone had red suits and everything.
That was the James Robinson one.
That was the James Robinson one.
Before that
was
the Matt Fraction one.
Yeah, okay.
So the Matt Fraction one fits in between the end of the FF, and he carried on FF as well.
Yeah.
So between the end of FF Fantastic Four,
mm-hmm.
then the Marvel Now started, and you had a Matt Fraction run on both titles, and they both finished, and then you had James Robinson's run on Fantastic Four.
Okay, so a lot of Fantastic Four in that period.
Yeah.
But then 2015, I think it was when they they wrapped up. 2014 was the announcement that that series was coming to an end.
It was Secret Wars. It was at the end of Secret Wars. Spoilers for Secret Wars. At the end of Secret Wars, Johnny and Ben go back to the new rebuilt Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
And Franklin, Sue, and Reed set off with the Molecule Man to rebuild the rest of the multiverse and map it.
Right, so they'd been written out.
Yeah. Johnny and Ben are still kicking around in the map. I think
well,
Johnny's
as a business decision.
Yeah, Ben's part of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's dipped in and out, hasn't he? Because as a business decision, people, as a narrative decision, people are like, oh, this is weird. So like, they're going to go away, and then in one of the upcoming sort of like reboots of the lineups and everything, they'll come back in a big way. And since then we've had all new, all different Marvel.
Yeah.
And we're about to get Legacy.
Legacy's just starting up now. Yeah.
And announced amongst the Legacy titles is Marvel 2-in-1.
Which is the Thing
Which
book,
is the Thing team-up book. So Ben's getting his own book.
Mm-hmm.
Rumour is that Human Torch will feature in one of the first stories, so it'll be a Thing and Human
so,
Torch team-up. But everyone's like, so no Fantastic Four then?
No Fantastic Four?
Even though Legacy's focusing on sort of taking characters back to their roots, and what better characters to do that with than the first family of Marvel?
Literally.
The guys who created pretty much the superhero genre as it is today. Where it is now starts with Fantastic Four in 61. Because DC were getting their feelers out again properly after the Comics Code stuff had calmed down a bit. And then Marvel kick off with Fantastic Four. It's the first book that was a Marvel Comics book as well. They were still timely up to that point.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is doing that made DC up their game. And it became this thing where superhero books sort of settled into a way. And Fantastic Four was the seed of what became, I guess, the... eventually led through the Silver Age.
It was the Silver Age, yeah. Fantastic Four arriving was to start the Silver Age.
So these guys are important. And they're beloved by a lot of people.
Very important.
And yet there are no books for them. Now, there'd been a rumour for ages that Marvel was purposely not publishing Fantastic Four books for the same reason they were publishing less X-Men books. Which was, Marvel is no longer just the Marvel Comics. Marvel Comics is part of the overall business juggernaut that is Disney. Disney and Marvel Studios make movies. Their movies are about a bunch of characters owned by Marvel. Some Marvel characters are owned by other studios. Fox owns X-Men and the Fantastic Four. So let's stop publishing books, and hopefully that will slow down any tie-in, any marketing, any buzz from our fan base to go and see the movie versions. Now, this wasn't proved.
I can't say that demonstrates a clear understanding of their fan base. I'm just putting that out there.
Well, exactly. I mean... Yeah, the X-Men movies are their own thing. There'll be people who still don't know X-Men has ever been a comic book who'll be fans of the movies. Or casual, cinema goers who see every one of the films.
I've said this before, but, there is so little of what I like about X-Men comics in those movies.
Absolutely.
They might as well not be the same thing.
Now, with X-Men, this theory's sort of been disproved by now, because, yes, there were less books for a while, but they've slowly started to get more books as time's gone by.
They can't stop the X-Men juggernaut.
Ironically, the Juggernaut is in prison right now.
Quite.
But probably,
it's been such a huge part of the Marvel universe. Like in the 90s, the X-Men books outsold everything. Fucking everything.
They
That
were
was
the
in the
tits.
crown. Yeah. That was the jewel in the crown of Marvel's Marvel superhero lineup. So, you can try as you might, you cannot get rid of the X-Men.
You can piss in the wind or tug on Hyperion's cape, but you can't get rid of the X-Men.
Fantastic Four, on the other hand, they've been running constantly, but I feel like in between JMS's run and Jonathan Hickman's run, Mark Millar had a little bit of run, but it seemed like they were kind of floundering with it. Jonathan Hickman came onto the book and fucking gave it a right kick up the arse, and it was brilliant. And then
sci-fi fantasy adventures with a family dynamic. Like there was no other book at Marvel that's the same.
He left, and it kind of felt like Marvel didn't know what to do with it, in a way.
Well, it seems that it might have been more of a calculated decision, not just a natural petering out. Jonathan Hickman was interviewed by Newsarama this past week, and he said, when he was asked, like, why do you think there are no FF books at the minute? He said, I think it's pretty common knowledge at this point that Marvel isn't publishing Fantastic Four because of their disagreement with Fox.
Nice.
Suggesting that Marvel's motivated by the low quality of Fox's films, saying, I completely understand because, well, it isn't like they're not acting out of cause. Fox needs to do a better job there.
That's fucking for sure.
Which is very true. Now, Tom Brevoort, who's the editor-in-chief at Marvel at the moment, is he? Brevoort? He's
somewhere up the high in the chain of command.
Yeah, editor in 2014.
He's an editor. I don't think he's the editor, he's an editor. Editor-in-chief is Axel Alonso.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Tom Brevoort had described that mindset that people would, because people have been speculating about this, as paranoid. But here's one of the writers, previous writers of the book, going, yeah, I think it's pretty common knowledge. That's why.
It's an open secret, basically.
Yeah, it's the whole legally we can't confirm or deny it, but it's pretty freaking obvious. It's the Terry Nation Estate Daleks agreement, basically. It's like, yeah, it's pretty obvious. He said that they're timeless universal concepts, so, like, if you want someone to care about a book, write a story they care about. So he's basically saying, the only reason they're not doing Fantastic Four is to be spiteful to another movie studio. It's not because they haven't got any ideas. Like, you put someone with ideas on the book, then they will tell amazing stories.
Too fucking right.
And I guarantee you there are writers at Marvel right now who would freaking fall over themselves to write the FF.
Of course.
And there are fans who would absolutely just snap. If part of Marvel Legacy they'd gone, right, we're starting like 30 titles. Here are 30 titles. I can't remember how many it was, but like, here are 30 titles. Some of them are ones that are ongoing, and they were just giving them a kick. Some of them are brand new ones, and we're going to reveal them over 30 days. And every day they reveal the title, and we were all like, yeah. And then on the last day they're like, oh, by the way, the last title is the Fantastic Four. Everyone would have just gone, yes! And immediately freaking, like, given a pull list to their brick and mortar store. Immediately would have pre-ordered it on the apps and everything. Like, absolutely people want to see more Fantastic Four. Because Fantastic Four fans and comic fans in general feel like the FF have been shat on. Not just by this decision, but by the mediocre output of Fox Studios and everything. Like, they feel like Fant Four Stick.
I think mediocre.
If that's the final nail in the Fantastic Four's coffin, what a depressing coffin. Yeah, because coffins are exciting. But it's like, that would be so horrible.
It's like John Hickman said, if you want someone to care about a book, write a story they care about. It's like, this has come up in James Sterling stuff, or had done until recently. Like when survival horror games went away.
Yeah.
Survival horror games went away because people were like, oh, well, they're supposed to be like, well, people don't want them anymore. But they'd stopped making them.
Yeah.
So, how can there be demand for something that you've stopped making? And it was similar with Square Enix, when they, I mean, we're talking about games and not comics here.
No, but it's sort of the same, but the business acumen applies.
With Square Enix, when they made Bravely Default for the 3DS, which is like a traditional old-style Square Enix-style JRPG.
Yeah.
And it was really successful, and they went, oh, so people still want games like that play like Final Fantasy VI, huh? Rather than like the endless sort of reinvention that comes with every like 10 years that they decide to bring out a Final Fantasy game. It's like, oh yeah, no, there was always an appetite for those kind of things. You just stopped making them. And then because you stopped making them, no one could buy them. And then you go, oh well, there's just no interest in it. Because you stopped fucking fucking making it!
Market research will only get you so far.
Oh,
you need
man.
to talk to your fan base, to your consumers. And these people don't. They just look at the numbers and go, oh, well, we haven't sold any new versions of that same thing, so let's completely reinvent the wheel. It's like, well, put out a new version of that thing.
They need to put out a Fantastic Four book.
They need to. Especially because the competition are ready. At San Diego Comic-Con, DC announced a new title called
I've seen this.
The Terrifics.
Yeah.
Now, the four main characters of the Terrifics are Mr. Terrific, who's, basically Olympian-level athlete and smart guy.
Yep.
Plastic Man, who's, the Justice League, sometimes goofball, Mr. Fantastic-esque, superpowered Deadpool avatar thing. Metamorpho, who's been part of the Outlaws?
Yeah.
Outsiders.
I think he was on Justice League Europe or Justice League International for a while in the 90s.
He's the one who looks like he just mashed a bunch of Play-Dohs together into a person.
Yeah.
He can change his body to sort of match
He's got
the
like an
elements.
orange chest and a blue arm and a silver leg. And
Well, that's the thing, is it? And Phantom Girl, who I'm completely unfamiliar with, apparently is an alien from the distant future who can phase through anything.
I don't know shit about Phantom Girl.
So you've got Phantom Girl who can phase through stuff and apparently go sort of translucent and sometimes invisible.
Oh.
You've got Mr. Terrific, who's the brains of the outfit. Add on to that Plastic Man who can stretch everywhere.
Oh, man.
Metamorpho, who can turn his body to the different elements, like rock. If one of them just happens to also be able to set themselves on fire, DC have done it. Now, obviously, DC haven't outright gone, we're doing this because Marvel aren't doing the Fantastic Four.
I think they have said that, actually.
Well, they've said that there is a need for adventure-driven books about family and friendships and relationships in big campground adventures.
Man.
So they, without saying specifically, yeah, Marvel aren't doing Fantastic Four, so we're doing this, they're basically going, we know there's an audience out there dying for the Fantastic Four to come back. Doesn't look like it's going to. Guess what? The spirit of that book, we're doing it over here. Come and read the Terrifics.
The interesting thing about this is Jeff Lemire's writing it.
Mm.
Jeff Lemire was writing Extraordinary X-Men and Old Man Logan over at Marvel during All New, All Different. I think he's still writing Old Man Logan. He basically was like the X-Men dude in All New, All Different Marvel.
Yeah.
I wonder if he pitched Fantastic Four to him and got knocked back. And maybe took his ideas to
the other
to
house
DC.
of ideas.
Well,
panel host Dan Dido, basically the guy who's in charge of DC, described it as the Terrifics are not just a team, they're a family.
Oh, and Jeff Lemire says he hopes to channel the classic Fantastic Four. I think Marvel have shot himself in the foot here and missed out on a Jeff Lemire Fantastic Four book.
At least the Fantastic Four aren't being hogged by Fox for more mediocre movies. Say, for example, a feature all about Doom focusing on Doom. Oh wait, no, that rumour's circulating now as well. Great. Well, over in the world of cinema, there is hope, Matthew.
Oh,
there's
what?
Hope.
There's hope.
Yeah, there's hope.
But we've only just introduced Cable.
Dun, 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 dun.
X-Men.
You love the Transformers.
I love some of the Transformers.
You love the G1 Transformers, and
I
probably
love...
G2, and probably Beast Wars, knowing you weirdo.
Yeah, Beast Wars is pretty cool.
Beast Machines?
Never watched Beast Machines.
Good.
Toys.
Yeah, I had the Optimus at one point.
The little Optimus.
No, the bigger one. He was like orange and blue, and he sort of looked like an ape on the front, but then he had like the metal bits around the side. But I also have Optimus Primal from Beast Wars.
Beast Wars, that was a cool
in that box right there.
There's a masterpiece of that now, it's gorgeous.
Oh, I'd buy that. Yeah. But anyway, you like Transformers. What's your favourite Transformers movie?
The 1986 The Transformers.
Transformers.
The movie.
The movie, exactly. Would you be excited at the prospect of another animated Transformers feature film coming to cinemas?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Conditionally.
Yeah. As far as I'm aware, it's hand-drawn animated. Might be CGI. I think they're still in the early stages.
Hand-drawn, yeah.
Cool.
I'm down with that.
Okay.
Down to clown.
A lot of the voice cast are rumoured to be attached to it, like the classic voice cast, of course, including like Peter Cullen.
Yeah.
Love
a bit of Peter Cullen.
Yeah.
Is
Judd
Nelson coming back as Hot Rod?
Well, I mean, who knows? It's all in the air. And
Robert Stack as Ultra Magnus again.
You know what? You got it. And best of all, Matthew, I know you're gonna love this. Okay. It's set in the Michael Bay Transformers Transformers universe.
Fuck's sake!
Transformers has announced, and Hasbro have confirmed that a new animated Transformers movie is on the way.
This is why we can't have nice things, Christopher.
He's gone. It's just you and me, listeners. Take off your top. Oh, he's back.
Okay.
He's back.
Just got to wash the blood off my hands.
Wait, what?
I don't think Mr. Bay will be a problem anymore.
Oh. Well, there's no confirmation if he is involved or not, but considering it's based on his Transformers universe, it's likely he'll either be overseeing or executive producing. It's the fact that
should
Hasbro...
I stop the bleeding then?
No. That's him flatlining.
Just keep the pressure on, Michael.
Hold the towel.
Just keep the pressure on, yeah?
Oh, God.
I'll call an ambulance.
So, it's like, the good Lord giveth and the good Lord shit on your chest, because...
This is why I don't believe in God.
This is why we can't have nice things. Because we're getting an animated Transformers movie. Amazing. Theatrical Transformers animated film. In the next, 5 years, where we are apparently getting a bunch of studios have gone, yes, we've got live action versions of these properties, but why don't we do some animated ones too? Sony are releasing a Spider-Man movie starring the Miles Morales Spider-Man, and it's an animated film. That's amazing.
I can
Brilliant.
That, yeah.
Because they've gone, do you know what? We've got the property, and it's obviously not meant to be tied into the live action one. Let's do it. And again, I think the rumour is with that it's hand. I hope it's hand-drawn. They've not confirmed. I hope it's hand-drawn.
I hope it's hand-drawn.
Because then it'll look like a comic book come to life, and then hopefully it'll start a boom of hand-drawn films again. The last big hand-drawn theatrical release was Winnie the Pooh in 2011. And that didn't even get a big release in the UK. But anyway, this little Twitter moment summed it up beautifully. New animated Transformers movies coming to Hasbro? Yes! It'll be set in the film's continuity, and then just a gif of the maid from Get Out going, no. Oh God, I'm sad. I'm sad for you more than anything, because I know they're your babies and they're just being shit on more and more as time goes by.
I just want someone to adapt, or at least do something in the vein of the IDW comics, the more recent ones.
It would be glorious, wouldn't it? But
well,
would
say
that it were so simple.
Machinima did an adaptation of Combiner Wars, and apparently that was dog shit. So I don't know.
Yeah, but
that's disgusting.
Yeah. So I'm sad about this. But there is good animation out there, Matt. There is good animation out there.
Where can I find this fine animation, day and date with the US release?
Yeah, I can't promise that. But Netflix! Rick and Morty has been coming out. Apparently, each episode straight after the US one. But as of the recording of this podcast, Tuesday the 8th of August, episode 3, which went out in the States 2 days ago, still isn't on the UK Netflix. So we're going to talk about Rick Mansing the Stone, episode 2. Rick and Morty season 3, minor spoilers ahead. Please don't spit that ice cube onto the microphone. Just crunch it betwixt your teeth. Oh, listen to that. Oh, listen to it. Oh. Oh.
I can't crunch it, it's too big.
Oh, God.
And I've got teeth like Class.
Like Class?
Like...
So,
they are broken and not coming back.
Hey! Rick and Morty, episode 2, season 3. Like the Purge episode from the last series, we got one that was basically just, we're going to pick a film, and we're pretty much just going to work in the realms of that film. It starts out as Fury Road, and then turns into, Beyond Thunderdome.
You guys ever use that Thunderdome?
There's literally a Thunderdome.
The Blood Dome.
Fuck, yeah. Whatever. So, in the wake of Beth and Jerry's oncoming divorce, Jerry's moved out. Summer is ignoring both of her parents and just wants to go on adventures with Rick. And it seems like Morty's penting up any form of sadness and aggression he's got from his parents divorcing and all the stress of it all.
He's sitting on some things.
He's sitting on some shit. Yeah. So Summer just openly starts being a big old violent psycho, delving into this Mad Maxian world and just enjoying it, and even wanting to stay there and marry, the main...
Oh, what's he called?
I can't remember what he's called now, but he's voiced by Joel McHale.
Yes.
So, and he does a fucking great job.
I have to look up the cast list.
Because his costume's straight... I'm trying to remember the character from, is it number 2? But his costume's exactly the same.
He's almost exactly the same as the Lord Humongous.
That's it.
And the guy that Summer kills at the beginning is basically Immortan Joe.
Yes. Yeah, with a weird, like, sort of chomping mouth thing.
Can we just appreciate that there is a character in Mad Max 2 called the Lord Humongous? And he is humongous, like, that's straight up.
I think that's my favourite thing about it, is it starts with, oh, here's the Mad Max movie, all of you younguns will know, and now we're going to draw direct inspiration from the second and third one, which you've probably not watched yet. Like, here we go.
Mad Max 2 is pretty good, but it's basically a proof of concept for Fury Road.
Yeah, yes, yeah! Oh, that's a good description, actually. But it's fucking great. Rick just wants to get out of there with the stone, like the power core that he's gone there to collect. He just wants to leave, but he sort of reluctantly sticks around for a bit and tries to dupe everybody into giving him what he needs. And Morty...
Joel McHale plays Hemorrhage.
Hemorrhage.
Tony Hale, who is the scientist guy from The Last Night,
Yeah.
and also the Buster Bluth from Arrested Development, plays Deathstalker Eli.
Oh, God.
Laura Bailey is Eli's girlfriend.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, Laura Bailey's good. She's awesome. But yeah, they have, they've got a Thunderdome-esque, like, sort of brutal combat thing, and Rick uses Morty as a distraction, makes him the combatant, but gives him an edge by using this thing that draws energy, protein, and everything from dead tissue, and makes use of it in living tissue. So he finds, like, a severed muscular arm.
It's a muscle memory injection.
Yeah, that's the key point, isn't it? Because he sucks the muscle out, injects Morty, and Morty's left arm grows to, like, freaking Schwarzeneggian proportions. And then starts acting of its own will.
It's a large arm.
Specifically beating the crap out of everybody in the arena into a bloody pulp.
There's some fun action in this.
At first, Morty... Oh, it's gory, man. At first, Morty hates it, and he's obviously like, oh, no, jeez! And then finds it a brilliant release for all the stress and everything of his parents' divorce, and how he's feeling about Rick, and it's sort of like, oh my god, this is therapy. Until he realises that the arm is looking for one man specifically, and there's a chain of command it wants to work its way up towards for revenge. It gets dark. It's another amazing episode. Like, it's I sort of felt the same with this one as I did with, like, the Purge one and stuff, where I was like, I don't think I'm going to revisit this one a lot, but I enjoy it for what it is.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
It's very episode 2. Like, it was pretty cool, but come on, what else have you got? What else have you got? I didn't
spend the whole time laughing out loud, but I was smiling the whole time.
So, we dig the shit out of it, and I can't wait to see the Pickle Rick one now. Pickle Rick's next.
Pickle Rick and his, like, bone exosuit.
Yeah. Oh.
Apparently there's a very good reason for him to be a pickle.
Of course.
But I can't think of any reason that you would need past Pickle Rick. Like, that's it.
What more do you need?
That's all you need.
Oh, jeez!
Pickle Rick!
The post-credits with the dog is freaking hilarious. It's like, doesn't want to eat the food Jerry's got. It just wants his welfare check. Like, it derives joy from eating his welfare check and communicates it just by growling.
Do you think that there'll be something later on picking up on the idea that he just keeps hearing the wind whisper loser?
I don't know, because I'll be honest, when I saw that I was like, you've stolen that joke. That's a stolen joke. Unless there is a payoff later on.
But they do it twice.
Because it's nicked from Mighty Boosh.
Yeah.
Like, out here in the tundra, wind, my only friend. I hate you. Shut up, wind.
The wind cries Jerry.
Well, that's depressing. Do you know what else is depressing?
Life. The slow, inevitable movement of time towards entropy and heat death. Logopolis. Jersey Shore. The constant popularity of reality television. Another Tory government. Donald Trump. Nick Robinson's sexual harassment allegations. Alright, I'm at a loss here.
Okay, so Emails!
Hey!
Because they're inevitably filled with questions we're going to reluctantly answer,
Yay!
I imagine. So let's find out what the hell you little monkeys have got to say.
Jesus, this is a chunky one.
But what about the email?
Sorry, I had my hands down my pants.
Oh, he's thinking about Karen Gillan winking over her shoulder.
Stop! I can't.
The safe word is Zardu Hasselfrau.
I'm not a pervert, alright? I'd just like to point that out.
He just plays one on TV.
I'm not a pervert. Everyone's gonna think I'm sort of sex pest now.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'll make it an appropriate comment. Penis.
This one comes from Rowan.
Rowan, oh Rowan, we've heard that you were growing. He sleeps in manure and grows real pure, but now he's taller than a house and he's starting to panic. And oh my god, his arms are coming out the windows. His head just burst through the roof. My god, Rowan, get your feet out of the manure, Rowan. They've come to take you away. The CIA helicopters are circling. They're going to take him down.
Int. Dalek corridor.
Oh. Wait.
Richard Hurndall's first Doctor and Susan run down a corridor. Richard Hurndall is both the first Doctor and Susan. Run down a corridor, quickly escaping a Dalek blast. Hurndall nibbles on some heavily buttered toast as they run.
He's run out of pineapple.
Goodness me, Susan! I just can't believe it's not butter! Yes, grandfather, the human delicacies known as I can't believe it's not butter surely is delicious and creamy just like the real thing. But quick, we must get to the TARDIS, for the Terry Nations Estate and BBC co-owned Daleks TM are coming for us. Nicholas Briggs. Exterminate the Doctor. We will have the human creamy buttery goodness only known as I can't believe it's not butter. Quickly, Susan! Get to the TARDIS! And put some more toast on! I just can't get enough of I can't believe it's not butter! The Doctor and Susan get into the TARDIS and dematerialise away from the buttery, salty nightmare on Scarrow. And you too can enjoy the human delicacy known as I can't believe it's not butter in your local supermarkets now. And get them quickly, for one lucky buyer might be able to obtain the limited edition Doctor Who stickers, only available in 6 I can't believe it's not butter boxes. Yori!
Jesus, Rowan.
It's been a while since I last wrote in, because since then
you spent all those months writing a screenplay, apparently.
Since then I lost the use of my... and was wondering how we all are.
What?
And since then, Doctor Who's season 10 was goodish, and Ben Affleck wants to die. As in, dye his hair.
Yeah, he's greying. The part has aged him.
It has aged him.
It's aged him like a fine wine.
I've always wondered what used guys' favourite sort of music is.
Oh, alright.
I gather it's some form of rock based off your intro and outro. I think some form of metal was mentioned by you, Matt, probably copper. And I think you, Chris, once posted something about System of a Down once on the Twitters, I think. I may have imagined it. I hope it didn't, because System of a Down are fucking fab BT dubs. At least in my opinion, and enjoy all sorts of metal, mainly tin. Also, Joker Blogs came back, albeit briefly, so talk about it, please. Yeah. I will know if you don't, because you know the podcast. Anyway, I'll be off now, but keep up the sincerely cool work and whatnot. The podcast remains ever funny. Toodles, Governor Rowan, Finn Jones.
What? Rowan, you're a strange man, but I like you.
You're right about music. Yeah, the intro is, well, I wrote and recorded it and performed it, so... yeah, that's kind of the stuff I'm into.
He wrote the theme tune, he sung the theme tune.
I did a Dennis Waterman. Yeah.
He could be so good for himself.
I could be so good for you.
If you want me to.
Yeah, no, I like rock and roll and metal and all sorts. I'm seeing Metallica in October when they come to Manchester.
Oh!
So, you know, stuff.
Yeah, I've not been to a gig in for so long, but my next gig is October and it's Alice Cooper.
Ah!
Yeah,
I've not seen Alice Cooper for years.
He's so good. Have you heard any of the new album, Paranormal?
I had a little bit of it.
It's amazing.
I'll give it a go.
Very good.
I like it.
I mean, that gives away part of the answer, I suppose. Yeah, I think if we had to pick a genre, like above all, it's probably rock, but it's various different versions and degrees. And then again,
God gave rock and roll to you. Gave rock and roll to you. Put it in the hearts of everyone. Yeah.
But System of a Down I mentioned before. I freaking love them.
I'd love to see them. Again.
I want to see them after they've put out a new album.
Yeah,
that's when I want
need
to see them.
Material,
because I never saw them back in the day. I was 14 when I discovered them. I first started listening to them just
Chris
as
discovered System of a Down. In
yes, in a cave.
We just sat there.
Chris Johnson built System of a Down in a cave.
More box of scraps,
scraps, and a goatee.
That's
I
like
constructed
Tankian's fucking crazy.
I constructed Serge Tankian
And I quote
over a night.
And I quote actual lyrics from Vicinity of Obscenity. Banana, 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 terracotta, banana, terracotta, terracotta pie.
Do we all learn defeat from the whores with bad feet? Beat the meat, treat the feet to the sweet milky seat. Yeah, I discovered him in 2005 with, which was the first part of that album, was it Hypnotise? And then Mesmerise. I discovered them around the time of Hypnotise. I was like, oh my god, these guys are amazing. Immediately, like, tracked down with what pocket money I could put to one side, System of a Down, and
Toxicity.
Steal This Album and Toxicity.
Toxicity's fucking great.
Toxicity's great.
I think that's probably the best thing they've done.
And then, obviously, when Mesmerise came out, I was like, oh, get in my freaking system. And then that beautiful day where I discovered that the two original cardboard releases slotted together to create a double album, I was like, ah! I didn't realise for like a year, and then I was like, oh my god, they slot together!
It's a beautiful thing.
I freaking love them, but I would, since they've recently regrouped in recent years, I would wait until sixth album before I saw them live, because I'd want to hear what I love them for, but I also want to hear something new.
Yeah, too right.
Too right. I grew up on a diet of Queen, so that kind of informed my musical taste. Like, I'm sort of a bit more like a broad rock kind of taste, but at the same time, the operatic stuff led me into discovering more classical music, which I'm not like a huge fan of, but I like classical music.
No, but there's definitely a lot of, like, between the more technically complex
stuff,
rock and operatic rock. Yeah.
Prog rock, specifically.
Yeah, prog, particularly, that does lean into a classical edge. And,
But at the same time, I've got stuff like Katy Perry and Kanye West and all that on my iPod as well, so... But I think rock would be the dominant.
Oh, yeah, you've got Katy Perry and her albums on your...
I do have Katy Perry albums.
On your...
I do.
I know that you think she's got a great pair of albums.
Of chords. I do enjoy... I'll be honest, all the stuff she's put out this year, I don't think I'm going to be picking up the next one. It just sounds like utter fucking bollocks.
Utter gash.
Yeah. Gashwan.
What's been good recently?
Baby Driver soundtrack.
Mastodon's new album, Emperor of Sand's really good. The Avenged Sevenfold new album's really good.
Listen to lately. Oh god.
Creeper, Eternity in Your Arms, that's fucking excellent. Oh yeah, Jesus Christ, give Creeper a listen.
I think Creeper just gave you a throbber.
Oh, I did. They did.
Nice.
Yeah, also,
nice.
there's been some good shit this year.
Yeah, I was listening to what was good.
New Metallica album's good.
Yeah. Go listen to some Jethro Tull, kids. Treat yourself.
Aqualung, my friend.
The Whistler's still my favourite, though.
Cross-eyed Mary.
Bless you. What was the other question?
Joker Blogs, talk about it.
Joker Blogs, yeah. So a couple months
so
ago...
much a question as an instruction.
Yeah, but it was a while ago. I think Rowan's been frozen in carbonite or something. Yeah. Joker Blogs was a big online series. If you watched any of my Joker videos from last year about the best Joker, I mentioned Scott McClaw's take on the Heath Ledger version of the character in the Heath Ledger episode. The Joker Blogs was a series that stopped sort of in series 2. Series 1 was these like therapy session tapes, and then the camera being taken on a breakout for the second half of the season. And then series 2 is shot. It's through cameras, but it's like the CCTV, some of it, and some of it's the news reporting of someone talking to a government candidate. I won't go into and all this, but
yeah,
and then some of it's shot like, but some of it in series 2 is just shot traditionally as well, intercut with it. So you still have the vibe of found footage,
yeah,
but also shot, straightforward. And
I feel like that's cheating, but I'll let them.
I think they had to at one point because there's that many stories that they're covering that they were like, we can't feasibly come up with the reasons why people would be recording everything. So they retained some of the feel through the CCTV bits and the news camera bits, but then the rest of it is shot. Because there's a whole thing with Jeremiah Arkham's wife being operated on by Thomas Elliot, and there's no way to do that with a camcorder and make it work, considering the characters that are in the room.
Yeah.
Also, the Joker's not really featured in Series 2 much. Like, he's in the asylum during everything going to shit. Like, he's in there somewhere.
Here's the cameraman!
And he's been using stuff, what we've seen of him, he's been using stuff to paint himself back again, like paint his war paint on again. And he applied the lips in the recent one, and it was with the half-removed finger of a character from earlier in the story. So he's been smearing blood into a smile. But they don't like make a thing of going, look at this, look at this. It's completely implied. You're like, where did he get the red? Oh, God. Like, oh, my God. They just dumped 2 episodes on us after, 5 years of no news.
Yeah, I remember you saying. You're very excited.
They're pretty good, but then again, there's the whole thing of, they've said, there's going to be more regularly now. We're going to wrap up Series 2 proper soon. But this was 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So we don't know. I put toward it. It was a GoFundMe Series 2.
Oh, yeah.
Because Warner Brothers and Chris Nolan gave them a blessing to do more, as long as they stuck to the whole thing of, you can't profit from it. Which is what they did with Series 1, because it's fan films. And they've stuck to that, but they obviously took that as a, oh my God, thank you so much. So, Nolan has actually paid attention and gone, this is great. Keep doing what you're doing, obviously within legal limits. And that's why I've got Series 1 edited as a film together on DVD. Because that was a perk. That was a perk of donating.
Stroke it.
Stroke it, son. Plus the digital version. So Series 1 you can watch completely for free on YouTube. And Series 2, so far, you can watch completely for free on YouTube. Plus the mini-series in the middle, called Further Evidence. Which is 6 little individual character bits that are shot, professionally. Setting up some story beats between the 2 series. And yeah, the DVD version, the download version you got for being a donator to the Series 2 budget, is an edited together version of the first series into a 3 hour and 20 minute long film. So it's cut in a different order than the actual releases of the video. So you can watch it in 2 completely different ways, and it makes sense. It still makes sense each way. It's
pretty smart.
Freaking great.
That is impressive.
It's good. I think the DVD's autographed as well, which is quite cute. But yeah, so that's I freaking love it. And if you love Chris Nolan's take on the Joker and Heath Ledger's take on the Joker, and you want to see what could have been the next part of the story for him, for the Doctor that looks after his therapy, and also as Series 2 moves on, Batman, then definitely check out the Joker blogs. Because they've done Batman in Series 2. And Phantasm's in Series 2. Phantasm is in Series 2. And it's done really freaking well. And it's not Andrea Beaumont. She's there, and they obviously play with your expectations. But it's not her. But she might be in on it. It's great!
Speaking of weird Batman characters popping up.
I do love it.
I was reading Zero Year recently.
Yeah, how are you finding it now that you're separated from the
from
the release schedule disruption that it was on?
It's pretty good. I like it. Reaper's in it. The Reaper from Batman Year 2.
Yeah, this is the guy.
Very fleetingly.
Yeah.
With the red armor and the scythe hands and the guns in the side.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? That's a deep pull.
Well, Snyder's obviously like, we could do something with that. Let's just do it.
Don't read Batman Year 2. It's fucking terrible.
Who wrote that one?
My
left foot.
I know Todd McFarlane.
My left foot.
Todd McFarlane drew some of it.
So lots of billowing capes. Have you heard about the Spawn development?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
It looks like it's going to be a TV show, but really low budget. But he wants to do it as a film rather than a TV show.
Batman Year 2 was written by Mike W. Barr. Illustrated by Alan Davis, Paul Neary, Alfredo Alcala, Mark Farmer, and Todd McFarlane.
So a bag of shit, really.
It's
very 90s.
It's basically Batman,
after Frank Miller's pretty great Year 1.
Batman teams up with Joe Chill and carries a gun.
Why?
And he's like, I need to use a gun for this thing. I will never use gun. Oh, it's just
I like
bad.
the interpretations
It's
of the
just
story.
bad.
I like the interpretations of the story where Joe Chill is either completely retired or dead by the time Bruce comes back to Gotham as Batman. Because it's like, why would that same mugger still be a mugger?
In 0 Year,
like 30 years later.
He's still around in Endgame.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But yeah.
Well, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Although I like the Batman Brave and the Bold episode that's based on the Silver Age strip, where Batman confronts him and he panics and he's like, "You killed my parents." He's like, "What are you talking about?" And he pulls the mask off and he's like, "You murdered my parents." And all this, and What's it? He runs out into the auction of supervillains. He's, oh my god, Batman's in there! And they're like, what? And it's like all of Batman's foes in the Brave and the Bold version. And like, what are you talking about? It's like, Batman's in there! He just showed me his face and I killed his parents! Like, I killed his parents! And they're like, what do you mean? It's like, he's Batman because I killed his parents! They go, wait, you created Batman? And then they all immediately decide, they don't even stop to be like, so who is he then? Like, you took it, they're immediately like, wait, he's your fault? Get him. And it's so weird, you know, it's just odd, it's great.
Brave and the Bold's really good.
Brave and the Bold is so good. Unless you're Aquaman, in which case it's outrageous!
Fucking hell. I've got the game of that on Wii, we should do it.
We should do Matt and Chris play. That'd be awesome.
Because, yeah.
What's next in the email inbox?
Luke!
Beijing. Whoa! Cool, yeah?
Here it is, the much-awaited sequel to my last email and people to the next.
Sorry. What? Just lessen the tempo by about 20%. What?
Here it is.
That's a 20%, not 200.
The much-awaited sequel to my last email and the prequel to the next. I've just started work on my SJA commentaries. Episode 2 will have special guest vote Saxon 07. Would either of you be interested in doing a commentary of a story with me? I'm nearing the end of Buffy, no spoilers, and was wondering which episodes are your favorites. Mine are Once More with Feeling and Restless. I really enjoy...
You're so quiet on the mix.
I really enjoy Rick and Morty, and I started watching because many of my friends were talking about it, and it is written by Dan Harmon of Community.
Yep.
Do any of you recommend a 1980s comedy, as I'm super lazy and have nothing better to do this holiday? What is the weirdest TV show you've watched?
Oh my god.
My answer would be either Monty Python's Flying Circus, Rick and Morty, Community, or Comedy Bang Bang. Bye. Well, that kind ended expectedly, didn't it? I hope the sequel is better. What is your IMDb review for this email? I just don't know what I'm doing.
It keeps going!
Just noticed that I didn't sign this off. The Ginger Luke, by the way.
Thanks, Ginger Luke. Right, see how many questions I can remember. To answer your first one, I'm sure we can work something out at some point. Even if we don't manage to do a full commentary, I'm sure we can contribute our thoughts. There's 4.5 series of Sarah Jane, so I'm sure we'll find a way to make it work.
I'll check the schedule.
Yes. I was going to say, like, if you need a recap, like, we'll just sit down and binge it. I did that recently, and it was magical.
I've honestly only watched a little bit of the Sarah Jane Adventures.
Well, by Jove, we're going to have to binge, sir. What was the next question? The next question was...
I'll repeat it for you.
Was it Buffy episodes?
I'm nearing the end of Buffy.
Oh, fuck.
No spoilers.
Jesus Christ.
And was wondering which episodes are your favorites. Mine are Once More with Feeling.
And Restless?
And Restless.
Okay. Restless is great. The Body? I don't know if favourite's the right word.
We've talked about this before, I'm sure we have.
Yeah, I don't think favourite's the right word, but The Body's definitely one of the best episodes. And I really like the Series 2 finale, Becoming. I think it's Becoming Part 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really horrible. It has a horrible ending. Close your eyes and all that. It's just like he comes back, his soul comes back.
The one with the fish...
Just before she has to impale him, he becomes, like, she's like, this is the only way I'm going to, like, close this portal and save the world, is I have to kill Angelus. He has to bleed into the portal, and, like, everything's going to be fine. And then just before she thrusts the blade, his soul comes back and he turns back into Angel, and it's like, oh, she holds it for just a second, and then she's like, no, I can't, and she just stabs him. It's beautifully done.
The one where the swim team turn into fish people.
Shut up. Get out.
I love that
Let me guess, you love the freaking one where all the kids become hyenas as well, don't you?
No, I'm not so keen on that one.
The pack, that was a weird one.
Although
the principal is eaten, and then it's only ever joked about in throwaway references after that, and then Armin Shimmerin joins as Principal Snyder, and it all gets excellent.
The one with the eggs.
Bad eggs. Oh, the parenting test and the sort of the facehugger-esque like bug things.
The Mother Gazoa.
That's it. Oh my god.
I don't know any episode names, so I'm just gonna go. The one with the penis-headed old lady in the Double Meat Palace.
Double Meat Palace. I think it's called Double Meat Palace. That one. Oh god, Storyteller from Series 7 is one of the few Series 7 stories that really stands out with Andrew because it's quite silly and a bit flippant, and then has a really bittersweet ending where he has to confront the fact that he killed Jonathan.
The season 5 finale.
Oh, The Gift.
Yeah,
that is amazing.
The season 6 finale.
Shit!
Any
Dark Willow trilogy. That is pretty...
anything from like the
especially
second half
when
of season
Giles
6.
disappears like early on. You're like, oh, they've written him out of the show, and then cliffhanger is, I'd like to test that theory, and just go to credits. You're like, holy shit, Giles is back, motherfuckers!
The one with the dummy.
Oh, the puppet show from Series 1, Sid the Dummy. Oh god, I do love that one because it just threw that trope on its head.
We like dummies.
We do. We've got a thing. Bit creepy, really.
Mm.
Those ones. Those ones, and only those ones. Don't watch any other ones, watch all of them. The Zeppo from Series 3 is really good.
Do any of you recommend a 1980s comedy, as I'm super lazy and have nothing better to do?
I guess we're sticking to films.
This holiday.
Films.
Well, if it's a holiday thing, probably a series, but I'm not that familiar with 1980s.
Let's pick a couple of films, because it'll be a little easier to narrow down. If you want something dark and not necessarily funny, but just odd, The Burbs. That's a fun
That
one.
popped up on Netflix recently, and I've still not seen it.
There you go. It's odd. Like, you don't come out of it going, that was great. You come out of it going, yeah? But it's that kind of, because it's Joe Dante, I think. Dick Miller's in it, so it's got to be a Joe Dante movie. While we're at it, the original Creep Show film.
Is that a comedy?
No, but they're funny. Oh Christ, what else? They Live? Again, that's not really a comedy.
Not really a
but
comedy, but it's very good.
It's very funny.
We're just recommending horror films.
Because the 80s made funny horror films, that's why.
Funny horror films.
Beverly Hills Cop. There you go, there's a comedy.
Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Yes.
Not Beverly
3.
Hills Cop 3.
Never 3. So I'm looking at the DVDs, see if there's anything that comes to mind.
Yeah, like...
what we got? 80s comedy movies. Ding Dang Dingle Dangle Do... Flibbity Flibbity Flu Flop. I mean, Ghostbusters is a
Oh,
good
yeah,
one.
Ghostbusters. Coming to America.
Yes! Oh, yes. Blues Brothers.
Princess Bride.
I think Blues Brothers was 1980, so it just makes it.
Yeah.
Princess Bride? Is that 80?
Yeah.
Is that 88?
87.
Oh my god, really? Wow.
Naked Gun.
Yes!
Adventure.
Yes! Naked Gun! Oh my god, yes. Sorry, yeah.
Spaceballs.
If you're a Star Wars fan, Spaceballs.
This is Spinal Tap. Beetlejuice. It's 88. Planes, Trains and Automobiles. 87.
That is amazing, actually. Yeah, why did that one not come to mind first?
Because I don't know when any of these movies were made without
Fair
looking
play.
it up.
Fair play. Anything with John Candy in. Disclaimer, probably not everything with John Candy in.
Uncle Buck.
Yes, okay.
Oh, that might be 90, actually.
Screw it, go for it. Mr. Mom.
Scrooged.
Yeah?
Scrooged.
What's the one with Michael Keaton as a millionaire?
I don't know.
That one. The one that's got the Weird Al tie-in song, called This Is the Life.
Adventures in Babysitting.
Yes.
You got Vincent D'Onofrio and a little girl thinks he's Thor.
Yes! Oh my god! The Kingpin is Thor.
It's pretty awesome.
There's a bunch there you go.
That's a bunch of 80s comedy movies.
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club?
Yeah. Gremlins.
Gremlins?
Let's just stop because we're just listing movies now, but take a pick from any of those 30 films.
Yeah, I don't know, I think you're probably thinking more of series, but 1980s comedy series.
80s series?
Not my forte at all.
Taxi. It's alright. Watch a bit of Cheers.
Red Dwarf started in the 80s, isn't it?
88.
88,
yeah.
There you go. Red Dwarf.
There you go.
Red Dwarf.
I love everything we picked was American right up until there.
Name any good British comedies from the 80s. Exactly.
Wait. Shit, what's it called? Open All Hours? Was that the 80s?
That was the fucking
70s?
70s.
Was it?
Open All Hours, yeah. Look how fucking young David Jason is in that.
Yeah, but David Jason did have that weird thing of looking sort of like...
Yeah, I know he looked...
older than the parts he was playing.
He looked well younger than he was until suddenly he aged overnight and started doing Touch of Frost.
Yeah. He grew a moustache and it just changed the game.
That's it.
Oh god.
Let me look up 1970s British comedy films.
70s?
1980s British comedy
Oh,
films.
God.
With Noel and I.
With Noel and I.
Of course, all the Monty
Fish
Python
Called Wonder's
stuff,
an 80s
Fish Called Wonder,
one, yeah.
Time Bandits, dark fucking comedy.
Time Bandits is
comedy.
weird. Time Bandits has a brilliant ending.
Oh God, yeah, it's so dark though.
Brazil?
Brazil,
That's
again.
That's pretty heavy though.
Pretty fucking heavy, but technically a comedy, I guess.
If you're a Python fan, you should be checking out pretty much everything Gilliam directed, apart from The Adventures of Baron Munchausen.
Local Hero, if you want something with Peter Capaldi in.
Yeah? Oh, shit, yeah, oh my God. I'd forgotten that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stop there, because we'll just end up listing movies.
We're just going to list movies.
What was the next question?
The weirdest TV show you've ever watched?
Oh, I've got a feeling your answer's Twin Peaks.
The new Twin Peaks, yeah.
Okay.
The original Twin Peaks is odd,
Yeah.
but like there's weirder stuff. Because it paves the way for the X-Files. It, in a way, it sort of paves the way for things like The League of Gentlemen and Inside Number 9 and Psychoville. But the new Twin Peaks just goes off the fucking deep end into surrealism and symbolism. And David Lynch is just like, I'm gonna do
Matthew!
And there's so
I'm
many...
gonna play with your hair!
But even when it's like conventional dialogue scenes, there's loads of like awkward pauses and like long
You showed me that
gazes.
scene with Michael Cera, where it
my
just
God.
lasted like 7 minutes, and it was about, there was maybe like 20 lines in the whole scene.
But like there's some like dialogue scenes between David Lynch and Miguel Ferrer.
Yeah.
Sadly now left us Miguel Ferrer. And yeah, there's a lot of that watching this series because it was filmed. A lot of the cast died after it was filmed.
Yeah.
Like at least 4 cast members died since filming. But chief among them, I say chief among them because he's got the most screen time.
Yeah.
Being Miguel Ferrer. But like, and they'll just have this dialogue scene where it's so slow and stop-start, and it's like it will just cut between them of like just staring at each other.
Yeah.
And that's just a normal dialogue scene. That's not even when you get into like the Don S. Davis's disembodied head floating through a void mouthing Blue Rose.
Yeah.
And a fucking dark shape materializing in a box and then killing 2 people while having sex, or the woodsman coming out of nowhere and invading a 1956 town and a frog fly crawling into a sleeping girl's mouth, and then like one episode, like half of it is just going inside a nuclear explosion and going into strange whirling voids and seeing what happens, and also the weirdest thing about the new series of Twin Peaks. James Belushi's pretty fucking good in it.
I'd pick Come Outside. Why does she think that dog's gonna learn anything? I mean, just what's Pippin gonna take away from visiting a milk bottle factory?
Oh God!
I can't top that.
If you can handle the weirdness, you need to watch the new Twin Peaks just to see like someone made this. Now, I love it.
Yeah,
I absolutely understand that people will watch that and go, "What the fuck is this? This is fucking nonsense." But it's really fucking. I really love it, and yeah, but it's hands down the weirdest TV show I've ever watched. Like, it's just fucking bizarre.
Yeah, but why has she got a plane? How can she afford to keep that plane like clean and fueled? She just lives in a fucking cottage with a dog.
The thing that gets me,
no, it gets me really hard.
There's a couple of TV shows that are weird because they're framed around a premise which should be answered pretty straight away. Like, what is the story in Ballamore?
I mean, wouldn't you like to know?
It doesn't take that fucking long to find out what the story is in Balla fucking More. There's 6 people in that town. And you all know who they are.
Archie's
and
an
you all
inventor?
know what they do.
You're aware of that at his castle.
So you know what the story is. By the time you finish the opening credits, you know what the story is in Ballamore. You just fucking told us who everyone is!
And to be fair, the opening credits are about a third of the length of the programme.
Look.
if I'm going to pick genuinely weird programmes, revisit any British, Canadian, or British Australian co-production TV drama for kids from the 90s. Revisit any of them. Down by the River, Round the Twist. There was one in the 2000s called Paradise Cafe, which was similar. That was on CBBC actually around about the time I started there.
There was one of them I barely remember it, but there was one, and there was a shape-shifting alien who lived with this kid, and in one episode he turned to a pencil and was worried about getting sharpened.
Oh my god.
I don't know what it was.
But just any of those ones where it was basically just a surreal, curious tales to teach you a lesson. Like, there's one episode of, I think it's Round the Twist, where like a kid is a dick or something, and is all vain, and then he swallows some apple seed, like he swallows apple pips, and then a tree starts to grow out of him.
Oh god.
And obviously he's like terrified of what people are going to think, but the way they did it was like the prosthetics, it was coming out of his nostrils and his ears.
Oh god.
And you're like, this is horrifying.
Yeah, that was
like
weird.
This is horrifying.
Yeah.
And this was getting repeats on BBC Two on weekday mornings at like 7:15. So you just brushed your teeth and you've gotten dressed and you're about to have your breakfast and you're watching this, and this is how you start your day.
They don't fucking make kids TV like that anymore.
They really don't. We talked about this in the Attic the other week. Like, Sarah Jane Adventures is probably the last sort of drama like made for British kids TV that sort of dared to be a bit more adult and at the same time knew it was for kids and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Everything's softened now and everything's shite. Unless the thing I pitched the other week gets picked up, in which case there's one good thing out there. Hi everyone. It probably won't happen. But I'll tell you what will happen. The next question.
That's it?
Well,
that's all the emails we've got for today.
I guess we're done here.
I think you said because we were going to record, we were originally going to record tomorrow, but something came up and we had to record tonight.
So we're recording tonight, but that's alright because it means that tomorrow we can feed the pterodactyl.
Yes, we can.
It will only be fed on a Wednesday under a full moon.
I know what we're going to do after we've fed the pterodactyl.
Cry?
We're going to play X-Men Mutant Academy with these hot new cheats.
What do you mean hot new cheats? X-Men Mutant Academy came out in
Mutant
1990.
Academy.
Okay, no, this is...
Well, let's just skip right to the fun part. If you want to unlock everything...
No one needs to...
If you want to unlock everything, and I'll run you through what everything is in just a moment. But
first,
if you want to unlock everything and find out what it is for yourself, then at the options screen, press circle, select L1, R1, R2,
BigDamnContact@gmail.com is our email address if you want to get in touch during the week, guys.
Here are the Misc Unlockables.
Let us know if you're enjoying the new
unlock with this code.
Rick and Morty season.
The third costumes graduate the Academy.
Keep an eye on the YouTube account. We've got some stuff coming up this weekend, and new Adventures in Backlogging season started with Red Dead Redemption.
For character movie pictures, win 20 rounds
for
character.
Regular updates from us, Big Damn Cast on Twitter,
complete the game
and the occasional nonsense on Tumblr at Big Damn Blog.
For those intro FMVs, beat the arcade mode. We'll
see you.
Intro FMV.
We'll see you next week, I guess.
Retail complete arcade mode 4. That's 4 times.
Wait a second, Matt. Wait a second. Is Spider-Man an unlockable character in this game?
This is an X-Men game.
Mutant Academy 2 had him.
This is Mutant Academy 1.
Ah! You come in here with your first installments and expect me to be impressed. Do you know what you are? A lovely man.
Listen, if there was no Mutant Academy 1, there couldn't be a Mutant Academy 2.
Kiss me.
That's maths!
Kiss me!